Morning guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the second of two live streams today. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project self-therapeutic multimedia project for me to solve the challenges, problems and challenges in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the heights and goals I set for myself. Now in the previous live stream, once again, welcome. What you see, what you get. Take a look at the title. The previous live stream we covered actually a lot of just some waste. It wasn't that much waste honestly, but basically some bath related materials, some toiletries, toothpaste. We have some bags here from the laundry, and then we have some recyclables, some paper packaging as well. We mentioned a little bit of updating about how the safety materials have been moved around, especially for work. This one I actually should have put here at the very beginning, but I only did that until now. Needless to say, that's here. We also have a bunch of stuff over there, that some bags that we sorted out and made sure that they are in working condition. Working condition, so that they're put away. That's how I meant, they're archived. And then we said, of course, the Colgate right here. So that's toothpaste, and that after that we would cover the products. So I was just ending off the live stream previously on the shower materials, and the key point behind this is largely that this is important because obviously I said I was switching from class 2 to class 1 items, basically things from my Guardians over to things that are supposed to be class 1 or class 4 in nature, things I had purchased myself or things that came from fellow volunteers or team leaders or co-workers, staff, business partners. So that's that. And we have here, I was going through it, there's some nourishing conditioner, there's also some body gel. Obviously I'm going to use the body gel, that's the whole point. I needed to get to this product specifically for that reason, and there is a little tube in here I see. I'm not going to show in too much gory detail, obviously, because I wanted to, for the most part, do my due diligence to keep these things aside as a part of the business, aside from the project that I'm running on the side right here. This project, the Ahn Rho Project, should be kept separate from the business as much as possible in terms of any sort of just a quick disclaimer, I am not endorsing or encouraging anything here, and none of this is really affiliated with the Ahn Rho Project. They're completely separate entities. This side business project and this side business and my side project, which is the Ahn Rho Project. They're completely separate, and I'm not endorsing or actually promoting any of this. This is me just doing my life management. Again, that's the project. Ahn Rho Project is life management, and of course business, employment, finance, relationships, they all fall under it, and so there's a little bit of overlap, but it won't be in too much detail. Needless to say, the most important thing of all these products I want to get to immediately is of course I have covered in a previous live stream, I believe 2 days ago, that most of the products are still over here, that were shipped for a few of my clients, 1, 2, and I can show just a package for one of them. It's called a health pack, but I won't speak too much about what it is. Like I said, I want to keep it a little bit separate. On the inside, there's also some packaging, and we can see some of the bottles here. One of this is called Copa Prime, and the other one is called Procosa, and then there's one for Hepa Plus. So Hepa Plus is for the liver, obviously, because if you understand very simple physiology, especially if you went to university, this will be basics, but hepatic. So it's a bunch of compounds really that are meant to boost the recovery rate of your liver as well. And then we also have one that's a nootropic, basically for improving memory and focus and other cognitive abilities. That's one of these here. Extracts from ginseng and so on and so forth. And I have to learn more about the organic chemistry and the molecular physiology and how they get metabolized. Of course, it's just my field, biomedical science. That's great, and it's good to have it be applied towards something like nutrition, because that's actually applicable to daily life. Now, that's the kind of products that's here. Obviously, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cases here, and if I take off one, move it down to the bottom, which, by the way, I mentioned on a previous live stream I'm supposed to sort out. I haven't done that yet, clearly. And you can see then right here that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and inside there's still 2 cases on top of each other. I'm not going to lift one over the other. Just this one is enough. You can see that there's something called Nutri Meal here, pumpkin spice, a very special brand. This was for actually this special flavor. They usually have vanilla and chocolate. This one's actually from because of Halloween, obviously pumpkin spice. And so that's just a meal replacement think of Ensure, think of Glucerna that you would get from Walmart. That's kind of along the same lines. So this powdered version. Down here, and it's obviously completely different components and ingredients. They have their own selling points, and obviously inside here we have a whole smack job of different things here that some of these actually are my own. And so obviously Biomega for omega-3, and then here Pokunon. Some of these things are antioxidants, very powerful, and things like that. So that's basically what's inside, and I have to get them all sorted out. I would say that I should probably take a photograph of these things. Well, that's actually one of the things that I do have to do in terms of administration. I do want to take a photograph, as at least some sort of digital copy of these things, and I haven't included these into the thumbnail, of course. Like I said, I wanted to keep them largely separate from the Ahn Rho Project. Again, same thing, I try to do this so I volunteer again for our local hospital, as well as a long-term care seniors home, not anymore as rigorously, definitely not in person due to COVID. And then same thing, I have a full-time employment, so I work with a protective workplace safety and equipment kind of organization, and then there's this business here on the side having to do with molecular nutrition and a lot of my university biomedical science. So all that kind of stuff is all these organizations I try to keep separate from the Ahn Rho Project in as much as possible. Sometimes it's inevitable that the name gets shown, but that's not a big deal because, like I said, I'm going to try my best to make very clear disclaimers that I'm not endorsing any of these organizations or anything like that, just to make it perfectly clear. This is a life management project. There is no affiliation, and whatever I do here on stream is not a representation of what happens in the organization at all. This is just me and only me. So that's that. With that being said, back to topics. Okay, so this one here, the main reason why I said I was holding on to this earlier, aside from the shampoo stuff here, so the most important part is I actually have to give my cousin one of these. He's one of the people who's helped me out in terms of this starting out the business properly. And so we have here, I'm going to take this and move it on. I'm going to sit down, and on the inside of this bag, so it's a pretty simple, nice bag, picked up from my team, one of my team, specifically my leader actually, who's teaching me all this kind of stuff. Well, actually most of it I'm learning on my own, to be honest, and it helps that she's actually a nurse, so that's great, but obviously it also helps that I'm also from a research in biomedical fields, and I'm familiar with immunology and stuff like that. So now in here basically is some stuff that my cousin purchased, and he helped me out here. So there's something called Procosa for the cartilage and joints, since my cousin is an athlete, and then there's something, well, that it helps out this specific company does actually have endorsements with, have partnerships with a lot of Olympic athletes and organizations in the Olympics. Now, with that being said, though, obviously this is not the main reason why I'm taking it because I want to keep myself from, breaking down over time, wear and tear. So there's some stuff here. We also have, again, the same nootropic I mentioned earlier, and on the inside we have this thing that I mentioned, again, that huge box, the health pack. So I'm going to try and move these two out of the side. Okay, so you can see it. So there's a health pack here, and that's basically including all the vitamins, antioxidants, and nutrients for minerals, for the entire day, broken into two, and then so on and so forth. But again, that's that. And then of course we have on the inside a little bit of stuff here. That's a welcome kit package, so some paperwork, some brochures, a little guide, just some bonus stuff on how to on some exercises that he could do. Of course, this won't be relevant for my cousin because he's already an athlete, so he already knows what he needs to do. And then on top of that, we have a little bonus thing here for him. Seems to be something called Celavive, which I won't mention in too much detail. It's just basically skincare products. So that's a bonus extra item is decided to give him. And so that's very nice. I appreciate that from the shipping department. This company is a very well-managed company, I would say. And obviously it's listed on the NASDAQ and everything, and it's actually approved above US FDA, even past the food regulations, but above and beyond is tested straight up to the drug and medicine level. So that's that, and that's some products. Now, of course, I have to cover the products that I'm using myself, and I'm not going to go into too much detail. We have like the same HEPA Plus I mentioned earlier. Some of these are part of the health pack called Essentials. We have Bio-Omega, basically a whole bunch of stuff here, from antioxidants to a bunch of natural extracts and herbal extracts and all that kind of stuff, which I am familiar with because, once again, organic chemistry, 4th year university courses, a whole slew of them. I'm very happy to say that I can actually put that knowledge to use, and you know, I have a lot of trust in this because of the science. Needless to say, this is I really need to cover this, and the main reason why is because not only have I been using it, and one of the rules of the Ahn Rho Project, which is separate from this company obviously and separate from my side business, is that I'm only supposed to use what I've covered on live stream. I've broken that rule significantly because it was urgent, and I started using these things when even though I hadn't covered them in full detail. By the way, that's the health pack there. Although I've taken some of these out from the bottles and put them inside here, so that's very standard. I take them and I bring it to work. Okay, a huge mix here. Obviously, nutrition, if you get the right company of quality standards, it's really just food. It's everything that's lacking in your food, and so that's why I have all of this here. I'm bringing to work, one in the morning, one at night, and so it does look a little bit especially this does look like it makes me look like as though I'm a senior taking their daily pills, but those pills are obviously drugs and medication. This is just nutrients, basically all the food that all the important components of your food that you're missing, and so that's basically what I'm doing there. Again, not endorsement. This is what I'm doing. This is what I take to make sure that I stay afloat with my busy schedule. Now, moving to the side, the main important thing was I have all this trash here, and I should mention, look, I want to cover all the garbage, right? Doesn't seem like we'll be able to cover most of it in time. I will say this, there's this thing here, this little fortune cookie slip right here with the numbers. This really belongs inside here with glasses that I'm supposed to go to benefits. We have this paper here I should really throw away, and then we have, more importantly, I was talking about the supplements, and I said that's important because all this plastic around the bottles are garbage, and I honestly have wanted to get rid of these for so long. So I'm just going to do a sample right here just on stream and peel off one of plastic. It's a little bit noisy, and so that's what I intended to do for each of these 8 bottles here, and just pull them all off. So we have all this plastic wrap that should really go over here, and that's all garbage. So that's just logistical stuff, and I'm going to put it inside the bag properly when the stream ends. But I'm going to do that for all of these bottles here, pull off all the wrapping and throw it away. This I have to take to work. The scissors and the tape, so this one has a lot to do. I'm going to have to do some, just cut off my hair, cut off some hair. I do my own haircuts basically. And then we also have some tape. Tape was for what? Right, this is a good update. So yesterday I mentioned that one of the things I had to get done for crafts was just to put one of these things here, a more positive message than those. Those seem to be very negative messages, but this one is a positive one that will push me forward. And I don't really rely on these anymore. I was going through a very difficult time. Now, the tape back goes down here. No, the tape I can put away inside under the construction hat. After I used to go for working in an agency, I used to do a lot of labor work. So I'll put this under that, and that's where it belongs. And finally, the health supplements I'll put away inside here. Now, I should mention the last thing, I'm bringing this to work, right? Most importantly, once I start using the shampoo agents and all this kind of stuff, which in fact I can take off and put inside this bag right here. I'll take it off and put inside this other bag on the floor. The most important part is that I now have a free bag that I can use, again, very scrappy. The bag here, even this right here, I'll use that soap. Basically, this bag is completely contaminated, it's decapitated, there's all kinds of food spilling on the inside. I want to get a new one and start using this whenever I go to work. At the very least, it will be clean and yeah, so on and so forth. So that being said, we have some boxes here of recyclables, but I think this one here I won't cover till the next live stream. So that being said, that's the waste bag. Take home message as usual: take care of yourself, your health, your finances. Make sure that you become a strong, responsible, disciplined individual. Not to be preachy, just practicing it myself. Hope to see a better version of all of you as well as myself in the next live stream tomorrow morning when I run out of time. Right now, tomorrow we'll cover more of the products of continuation, and finally, last but not least, I don't know, who cares? We'll find out. Ciao.